Hello and welcome to an episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name is Jacob and today I've got another unboxing for you guys. I've actually filmed a couple of unboxings that I have not released yet. I mean, I normally do, but like recently I've got a couple of cool ones. However, I think I'm going to upload this one first because Godzilla vs. Kong is very in right now. There's a lot of people talking about it. It's very topical, and since this is one of my more Godzilla vs. Kong related videos or unboxings, then I'm gonna talk about this one first, I think. But I've also, just before we get started, wanted to let you know I'll have some cool ones to do with some really sweet YMSF figures, as well as some Bandai vinyls coming up soon as well. So be sure to check out those in a future video. I probably should be doing this little announcement at the end of the video, but I just wanted to get it out of the way. Anyhow, today, like I said, we got some Godzilla vs. Kong related stuff, and I'm not gonna hold on any longer. I'm gonna get right into it. We've got some Pop Vinyl figures. Yes! Finally, we got some decent Godzilla Pop Vinyl figures, because we did get Pop Vinyl figures of Godzilla before. I actually own one of them. I don't have it on hand actually at the moment because I wasn't a huge fan of that figure. I think they got the eyebrows a bit wrong and it was just a bit too, I don't know. A bit too stylized, whatever, a bit simple. But today we got some of the Godzilla vs. Kong Pop Vinyl figures, so the Monsterverse Pop Vinyls, and these are really exciting because we got some cool ones, and from what I've seen they look pretty sweet. So I got these, as you can see, by the big advertising on the box from a website called popculture.com.au, which is an Australian site that sells collectibles. Got lots of pop vinyls and stuff on there, and some Godzilla stuff, which is really sweet. So let's see what we got in here. It looks like we got two boxes that have been taped together. I got an invoice, is what it looks like on the top here. Got some bubble wrap, and we got another box. That's an odd way to package things, but it works. Can open that soon. I'm just gonna actually try and get to the box underneath here. Just carefully like that. Good. Cross. There we go. And we got something. We finally got something. Okay. This is the big one. This is the one I was excited about. I mean, I'm excited about all of them, of course, but this one in particular. Number 1015 in the Pop Movies collection. Oh, there he is. We got the 11-inch scale, I think. Big Godzilla Pop Vinyl. Isn't that sweet? Look at this thing. I like the size of them. Unfortunately, this isn't like the biggest scale that Pop Vinyls make, I think. I think they have slightly bigger ones that I've actually seen of some other characters, but for what it is, great size. I definitely prefer this to the normal scale Pop Vinyl figures, and looking real cool. So we'll get to this one in a little bit, but let's just put them to the side for a second, and we'll get to some of the, this other little box, which should have a bunch of them in here. I haven't ordered all of them because some were still on pre-order, so I didn't bother with those. And some of them, I just didn't feel like I needed every variant, if you know what I mean. Especially with all the Kongs. They had so many Kongs. So I just got a couple because I didn't want to go super crazy. Because, you know, Pop Vinyls, for what they are, aren't, you know, they're not cheap for what they are, to be entirely honest. Like, compared to Monster Arts or even Bandai Vinyls and all that, they're pretty cheap. But compared to some other things, they're a bit pricey. Especially if you get them in bulk, like I did today. So here I got 4 other ones and 2 little baby ones here, which I'm excited about. Got some more bubble wrap. Check that away. I'll have to clean that all up later. And we got number 1, our Breath Effect Godzilla here. So this one isn't the glow-in-the-dark one, because there's a glow-in-the-dark variant. This is the standard one. Maybe I'll get the glow-in-the-dark one eventually. We'll see. So there he is in a nice box, number 1018. Nice blue eyes, lovely little packaging with the figure on it. Love that sort of chibi, cutesy design that they have of the Monsterverse Godzilla in Pop Vinyl form. I think it looks really cool. We got Mechagodzilla! Finally, I got a Mechagodzilla figure from this film, because Playmates ones have not dropped yet in Australia, as far as I can tell. We do have some Playmates figures coming out in Kmart here in Australia, as you can see. I got the nice big one back here. Actually, let's get some roars going. Yeah, love that thing. But yeah, we got a Mechagodzilla. Now, they also have a variant with a beam, which is like an exclusive, whatever that means. I guess it just means it's harder to get. I can buy it. They are selling it on Pop Culture, the website, but they're selling it with a pack of like 4 other Pop Vinyls for quite a lot of money. The 4 other ones that it comes with, it doesn't tell you what it comes with. It just says 4 other exclusive ones, which is a bit irritating. I wish they would just sell it individually, even if it did cost like $10 more or whatever the hell they would price it at. But maybe I'll buy it. Maybe if those Pop Vinyls are decent, I'll keep them. If I don't, I could sell them off. So I might look into it, because I do want the version with the beam. But here is the standard version of this Mechagodzilla. I like him. He looks really cute here. He looks like a mecha gecko. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Around the back, we've got all of our little Pop Vinyls, all the options. As you can see, there's a lot of Kongs. I think there's actually more Kongs than they're showing here, in all honesty. I'm pretty sure there is, because when I looked at the site, there are more of them. There are also like these weird purple-colored variants from like the Hong Kong battle. I'm actually thinking of getting them in this size, because they have like a pack of 2, or like a deal for getting those, both the Kong and the Godzilla in this size, with that like purple variant. But I don't know. I wanted to get this guy first, kind of have a look at him, to see whether what I thought of that guy first before actually diving into that. But my next one here is I actually got the combo pack of 2. So this is Godzilla and Kong. I thought, you know, why not? It's a special edition, so it makes it better. But no, it literally is the exact same figures that you'd get if you just got the standard Kong and the standard Godzilla from the Pop Vinyl figures from this pack, but they're just put in a nice big box. And I thought, you know what, why not? Let's get this one instead of the 2 individual ones. I think the price would have been identical for the 2 separate ones anyway. And again, there's the back of the box. Sorry it's a bit glary here today, guys, but hopefully that helps. Yeah, they look cool. Really cool. I like the Kong here. Very expressive. And the Godzilla looks so cute. Look at him there. He's got his little closed mouth and his nicely done teeth. I like that you can actually see the teeth on this variant. Most of the MonsterVerse Godzilla figures have really minuscule teeth, because this design has like fairly small teeth. But I think they look really good on the Pop Vinyl figures, because they actually accentuate them a bit. And then what might be my favorite thing, depending on how they look in person. Let's have a look. They're so cute. I like these, I do. We have our 2 little baby figures, our little Keychain figures. So we got Kong and Godzilla there. Kong's got his axe, his nice orangey red fiery eyes. Godzilla has his black soulless eyes there. Nice open mouth. This is basically the same design, I think, identical as the massive one, but it's done in such a small size, which I think is really cute. Because if we get that one, and then we bring in the massive one, yeah, they're the same. Oh god, it's so glary. We'll take him out in a sec, don't worry. He's so tiny, he's very cute, yes. So we got the tiny version and the massive version, which I really dig. Let's open up the big boy here, because this is the one I really wanted. Now, I'm definitely going to get one of the big Kongs. That one was, again, not released when I ordered these. It, like, got released, like, a couple of days later on popculture.com, which I'm definitely going to buy it from. I've not actually seen these in stores yet. I don't know, I think most of you guys are probably from America, so I don't know what it's like there buying Pop Vinyls, but in Australia, they're everywhere. You can buy these everywhere. You can buy them in like stores that don't even really particularly sell collectibles, so they're very common. They're quite easy to find in stores. But Godzilla, these ones I don't think have been released in stores yet, but they definitely will be. So I might just find the others in stores, but the reason I bought these off of popculture.com is because if you spend over $100 you get free shipping, and especially with this big guy here, they cost over $100. So I just would rather have them shipped to me, because fuck it, why not? So this big guy, he comes in a nice big clamshell kind of plastic thing in typical packaging. I will add, I do really like that he comes with this cool backdrop here. It's just, you know, a photoshopped cityscape of some fire and stuff, very basic, but looks really nice, and especially since a lot of pop vinyls, the normal ones, don't have any special backing in them, like you see just the cardboard. It's cool that that one actually has a backing, since it is such a big figure, it kind of needs something behind it. But nonetheless, let's open him up, have a look at the figure himself. He's chunky. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I love this thing, actually. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. He's like a little doggy. Look at him. He's so cute. So, first of all, I think these pop vinyls, they have a much better design than the older Godzilla pop vinyls, and I'm not even particularly partial to the Legendary Pictures Godzilla design. It's just that they actually did a much better job representing it as a pop vinyl. I feel like the old one, which I really should have taken it out of storage for this video, guys, but it's a lot of moving things around. I can't be bothered, I'm sorry. But you know the one I mean. Like, they did it in a couple of variants. Like, there was the Burning Godzilla variant, the regular one, and like a ghost glow-in-the-dark Godzilla variant. And it just, I don't know, it never really spoke to me that much. I thought it was cute and fine for what it was. This one you can tell it actually looks like the specific Godzilla from the specific MonsterVerse. You got the scaling on him, which looks really effective and is actually really cool. The way it's done with like the black wash and the dry brushing over the scales really helps them pop. It's got a really cute face. I think they actually represented this face really well in the pop vinyl style. Again, I really like the fact that he's actually got nice big chunky teeth. The eyes look really cool, even though they're like the black soulless eyes from the, you know, how old pop vinyls pretty much have. They actually work really well here. Got the nice sort of really flat dome of his head, which looks kind of funny, but it's cute. It's a cute little snout. And of course his spines and his tail is also really cool. Spines came out really nice. They're actually got the right shape to them. Got a nice dynamic pose, which is really cool. And I love his little arms. Very nice. Very, very cool. And this thing's just cute. I just love how he's this big. It's a good size for something like this, because it's got more physicality to it, you know? It's more tangible. You kind of just want to pick him up, and he's just like a little doggy, like I said. Like this cute little thing. So I'm a big fan of that. And again, nice and hefty. This thing is... the plastic feels kind of thick. Like, it's obviously not like solid plastic or resin or anything. You can even kind of just wiggle the tail a little bit and stuff. But spines are actually pretty hard as well. You feel solid is what I'm trying to get at. So, yeah, I like that. Very nice. He's actually got more paintwork on him than a lot of figures out there of this kind of design. Like even the X Plus 2019 Godzilla that I got recently, which I don't know if you can see it, but it's right back there. That thing is like flat gray. It has almost no paintwork to it, as well as, you know, a lot of the Playmates figures that we got recently, they're kind of bland looking, aside from like the blue they've been trying to add on the spines and stuff like that. But this thing, yeah, the scales on him really pop. He's nice and stylized and done really well. So I dig this thing. I love the size of it. It's actually pretty sweet. Since we went for the biggest ones, let's jump to the little babies here. So let's go right to the little Godzilla baby. So we'll open this at the top. Oh no, that's Kong. What am I doing? There we go, Godzilla. Yeah. So I just have a little technique where I use a ruler to lever stuff out. That way you don't really damage the boxes when you're trying to pull it out. So opening him up, he's got the key ring there at the top. So we can just tug on that and free our little baby keyring Godzilla. And there he is. So there's some plastic on the keyring, which I'm going to leave for the time being. It's not really going to affect this review, but looking at them, yeah, this is the same design, so I'm assuming that these figures are made digitally, so they'd be digitally sculpted, and then they kind of 3D print them and perfect them, I guess, by hand, I'd assume, and then that's what the master molds are made from, and then they're just mass-produced at whatever scale they need them to be. Which makes complete sense with a company which makes as many different varying figures as Funko's Pop Vinyls and stuff like that. But look at that. So detailing on him is a bit softer in some places, of course. The teeth are a little bit rough looking, the paintwork's not as great. But he does have some, a nice patch of scaling around this side in particular. The tail looks cool. This guy is actually made of a solid plastic, as from what I can tell. He's got even some legal stuff written under him there. But yeah, nice little cute keyring. I don't quite know if it's necessarily worth the price that it goes for, but for its, collectability and just, what it is, I think it's pretty sweet. Yeah, and I'm gonna drop him, because, of course. Let's get to our little Kong. So I think he's gonna be exactly the same as that Godzilla, quality-wise, but, again, we open him up. Got the little keyring, we pull them out, take off the plastic, just pop them out carefully, there we go, and exact same keyring, same plastic on it. Let's bring him in nice and close for you guys. In fact, I might even bring him in a little closer. Alright, yeah, nicely done. He's got his little axe, all painted quite cleanly, even his eyes are done really cleanly. Very nice. Even his nose has a bit of paint. Very cute. He has a bit of a different vibe as a pop vinyl kind of thing compared to how he was in the film quite a bit. I think more so than Godzilla. I think I kind of like the pop vinyl version of this Godzilla a little bit more than the pop vinyl version of this Kong. He just looks a little bit babyish to me. And something about this Godzilla when he looks babyish kind of looks cute. And I think it's just because, in general, he has that like really rounded snout and just kind of a fairly cute face in this MonsterVerse design to begin with. That might just be me. But something about this Kong looks a little bit less effective as a pop vinyl. But this particular figure, for the size that it is, done really well. Definitely looks just like, again, the bigger pop vinyl version of him. So there we go, nice little gimmicky figures. I don't know what I'll do with these. I'm scared to actually put these on my keys because I don't want these to like get damaged and all of that sort of stuff. So maybe I'll get another set of these, or at least one Godzilla or something like that I could actually have on my keyring at all times, which would be pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Let's go with the Atomic Godzilla here. So this one's called Heat Ray Godzilla. He's number 1018. Very nice. Same exact box as our typical Godzilla vs. Kong figures. They all have the same orange and blue coloring with the Godzilla vs. Kong logo. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think they could have made the logo a bit cooler for this film, but hey. Yeah. Gonna drop it again. Jeez, I'm a klutz today. I'm sorry, guys. So let's open him up. Again, levering this. I don't know how I'll display all of these guys, because I've actually just started displaying a lot of my pop vinyls boxed, because I have quite a few of them now. I actually don't really collect too many pop vinyls aside from rock musicians. So here I've got Alice Cooper and James Hetfield. Of course, Alice Cooper needs no introduction. James Hetfield, singer-guitarist from Metallica. So that's generally the kind of stuff I collect, and I've got a whole bunch like off screen there. I got Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Jimi Hendrix, Slash, and Lemmy from Motorhead, and a whole bunch of those ones. But the only other ones that I collect are sort of alien related. Here's a pop vinyl which I actually really love. It is the newer Alien Xenomorph one, because it actually has the clear dome and it looks so cool. And it's got the, silvery teeth and like the actual accurate design and stuff. So those are the kind of pop vinyls I generally collect. I'm really excited about these because maybe we'll actually get some more pop vinyls of more Godzilla Kaiju, because like we need a Mothra pop vinyl. Mothra would look so cool as a pop vinyl because she's already like really cute looking, and like this kind of chibi style would suit her really well, I think. And Jesus, I don't know why I've brought this up in a few videos of mine before, but my camera, it's a real it makes my face look so pale. I have no idea why. I can't really change the exposure on it. With the program I'm using. It's just a Logitech webcam. I don't know. Anyhow, so it's neither here nor there. So, going on a tangent, but just like your regular pop vinyls, this guy's just in a little... Oh, he's heavy. It's in a little plastic clamshell. We've got his beams separately, so some assembly required, but it's no problem. So we've got our little dude here. He's very similar looking to our previous figure. However, he is, again, the typical pop vinyl size, and he actually feels solid. So unlike your typical pop vinyl, which actually is like a hollow vinyl, this guy feels like he is a solid plastic. I think the other Godzilla one that I'm going to open up soon with the Kong is probably going to be a hollow plastic, because I've looked at other reviews of these and everyone said that this particular one is kind of heavy. So I don't know why, but they probably just chose to make this guy solid for some reason. So he is in a more upright stance. He looks kind of funny in this position, especially without his beam, where he's got the lovely blue eyes, blue inside his mouth, the same sort of black and sort of tan dry brush, sort of olive tan dry brush over his scales, which does look really nice. There is some disparity between the color of his body here and the top of his head here, where the seam line is, which is a little bit not as nice looking as it could be, but, you know, for a cheap figure like this, it is what it is. And then he's got his spines, which look a lot smaller for some reason than they do on the actual other Godzilla figure, as you can see in the box here. That's a bit of a shame. I would have just kept them the same scale, but I guess they had to try and cram him in the box in this position, and that's how they did it. I don't really like that, so I wish the spines were bigger. I wish they were also translucent, but, you know, I'm probably asking a bit too much from a figure like this, but, you know, it is what it is. Also like that in these pop vinyls, they actually make his feet look more like a classic Godzilla design. He's got the nice big claws, much more sort of bigger feet, more like a classic Godzilla. Which in the films, like especially the Godzilla 2014, his feet looked terrible because they were like those weird elephant feet. But then like in the last two films, they improved them a lot more. But they just kind of look cooler in this more stylized size, I think. It just helps balance out the figure a lot, which he kind of needs with this really big bubble head. Now, where did I put the beam? Here's the beam. It's made of a translucent blue plastic. Again, I think it's solid. It feels quite a hard plastic, not brittle hard, but a nice firm feel to it. And I'm guessing it just slips in here, so there should be a little hole for it, and there it goes. And look at that. That looks really sweet. That's a nice one. I like this one. I think that is a really cool choice. I'm curious what the glow-in-the-dark one will look like, because I've heard that it's less translucent, so it's less clear, but it does glow quite bright from what I've heard from other reviews. So I'm really hoping to get that one on hand someday. But for what it is, I like it. I think it's a nice little beam piece, and it works really well with this figure. He looks really menacing, again with that big smile and the big teeth coming out and the blue eyes. Which, in this movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, he had really blue eyes for a lot of it. He was in his glowy phase for a lot of the film. During the whole scene in Hong Kong, he was glowing a lot during that whole time, which is, pretty much half the movie. The end half the movie. Which made him really feel like he was kind of part of the city, because Hong Kong is known for all its, neon lights. Again, nowadays they're less neon. They're kind of taking those down and replacing them with LEDs and like that stuff. But it's still a city that's known for its beautiful, really colorful night aesthetic. So Godzilla glowing like that really suited it. Yeah, and I like the beam effect. It actually has like a bit of airbrushed solid blue, the base here, which kind of fades into the more clear plastic blue at the top here. So there is a bit of color variation even in the beam, which is nice. Overall, nice figure again. Very solid feeling, so that's real sweet. Just put him with his bigger brother over there, and we can get to our next figure. I'm gonna go with Mechagodzilla because I'm excited about this guy because I like the look of this thing. Like I already said, I like the gecko aesthetic because even with some of the leaked images of this pop vinyl from earlier on, people were saying, oh, that looks like a gecko, and I was like, yeah, damn, it does. But I like that because I like geckos. So here we go. Simple packaging, just like all our other pop vinyls. And there he is, our little Mechagodzilla. And yeah, I think it's a reasonably done figure. They did a pretty good job with all the detailing on him, because this design was very busy. That's kind of what I think of it. So don't mind this on my finger here. I burnt myself with a soldering iron the other day. So it doesn't hurt anymore, but it leaves this garish red splotch on my finger. Anyway, the design from the film, I found it very busy, and like in general, I'm not really sure what I think of it yet. I don't know where it ranks amongst my various thoughts on other Mechagodzilla designs. It's definitely not my favorite. I have some mixed feelings about it in general, but there are aspects of it that I did like quite a bit. And regardless of what I feel about the design in general, I think this figure actually captures it quite well, and I think it looks really cute with the big head here. One of the things that I found really odd with it was like the proportions. There was just something about the how it belly had a neck and how the shoulders basically ended, and then the head was kind of like right there, and like the very big arms, it looked a little bit weird, and like the really small spines as well. And like the really thin waist on it as well, which this figure kind of does capture. But they did do a great job of actually getting all the detail in there, and I think they did the eyes really effectively, because they did make them bigger to kind of have that cute pop vinyl aesthetic, but they did it effectively by having that like little red dot in the middle of the wider plate-like outer parts of his eyes, which kind of very iconic to this design, as well as like all the mechanics going on in the mouth. Real cool. Also kind of like his hands here. That's what really makes him look like a gecko. These really sort of graspy hands. So that looks pretty cool. Yeah, done it in a nice silver. There's very little paint work on this guy. I think maybe like a black wash would have done a little bit of good, just to help bring out some of those details, because it is all there in the sculpt, all the various mechanical crazy details. But I like the paintwork around the back on his spine, so he has the little red spots, which is kind of a lot better painted and more accurate to the film than a lot of the Playmates figures of this guy. Again, I don't have any of them because they're not available in Australia as of yet. But, as is, pretty sweet little pop vinyl. I like them. I'm pretty keen to actually get the one with the beam. And like I said, it's a little bit tricky to get, but I might just go for it when I do end up ordering some more pop vinyls, because I do want the big Kong, at least one of them. I might get the purple one with the purple Godzilla, or I might just get the standard color one. I haven't chosen yet. But I might just get this guy alongside those and do another unboxing and review when that does come in. So there he is next to Godzilla here, looking pretty sweet. They scale up really nicely. In the film, I kind of noticed that the Mechagodzilla seemed to be bigger than Godzilla in the movie, or at least he had a much more upright posture and kind of stood above Godzilla in a lot of scenes. He had the high ground, as it were, whereas Godzilla was almost crouching down, just barely being able to kind of take him on in that film. So yeah, I wonder when we do get some better figures of the Mechagodzilla, how they'll actually scale with some of our Godzilla figures. Like, I really hope we get a monster arts of them. That'll be what I'm really after. There we go. These two do look really cool together. And I hope we get some more pop vinyls of Mechagodzilla, of the classic Mechagodzilla, like the Showa Mechagodzilla. I would just love one of those, because my favorite Mechagodzilla is the 74, which You know what? For size comparison's sake, I can just bring in my monster arts of the 1974 Mechagodzilla. So you can see the standard pop vinyl size. They're quite small, but again, this guy, he's made of a solid plastic, like the this Godzilla. So he's not your typical pop vinyl feeling figure. He is solid as well. So he's not like a Sofubi figure, which is like a soft hollow vinyl. This is like a solid plastic. Again, he doesn't feel brittle at all, but he's not a soft plastic. He's just like that in-between kind of plastic, like a sort of fairly firm, solid vinyl, PVC kind of feel. So, let's jump to our next figure, which will be our 2-pack of Godzilla and Kong, and I think those are our last figures for today. Let's pop them out. So, our special edition box. I might actually keep the figures in this box when I do actually display them, because it is a nice little display box. I think that's what I'll do. We'll see. But I do want to take them out first, just to actually take a look at them, because I'm curious how they will compare. And this is also going to be our only Kong figure that's in like the standard scale today, which is a shame. But again, they were kind of getting pricey when I kept adding more and more, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't spend all my money on getting all the pop vinyls, because at the end of the day, I don't really care about pop vinyls too much specifically. I'd rather have save my money for some slightly more higher end figures and my shelf space even more so. But again, everything's falling today. Luckily, pop vinyls take no fall damage. So we got our Kong here. We'll look at him first. So this one is finally built more like a pop vinyl. You can feel his head is hollow, so he has no brains in his noggin. And the body, I can't really tell if it's hollow or not. I don't think it is, but he feels more like a typical pop vinyl. Still made of a fairly dense, hard plastic. But look at him there. That's nice. He actually has some paintwork on his beard. He's got these fearsome looking eyes. Nice little work on his teeth. A little bit of paint slop on his teeth just there, but nothing too bad. Pop vinyls don't have the best rep for having decent paint, I guess. We got that scarring on his chest. So this is before, spoilers towards the end of the film, where he actually gets quite vicious scarring across the chest from Godzilla. This is just his old scar from the Skull Crawlers, I think. So this is earlier on in the film, a representation of him. And yeah, it's just a nice little Kong figure. I think it's pretty sweet. He's got his little nose, really cute, and his little snout, and then his kind of beard shape here, and his face just feels wide. There's something about like turning his face into a pop vinyl which just feels a bit weird with how wide it is. But I do like the posture and stance of this thing. He's beating his chest obviously, which is real cool, and he's just got this real nice roaring pose. That's really sweet. Let's check if he stands, because I often have problems with my pop vinyls standing, which is such an issue. It's some of them just don't stand at all. Like this dude here. This is my Eddie from Iron Maiden. He's Iron Maiden's mascot. I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan, and I got this figure of their mascot here. He can't stand for shit. You put him on something, he will fall over, no matter what. So I just keep him in the box, which is fine, I guess, but I hate it when they don't let figures stand. I need to make some room, and we'll see if he actually stands. Yes! He falls backwards a little bit if you push him, but no, he's good. He stands. Okay, there we go. Not worried about any of the Godzillas really falling over, because they have the big tail and everything, so they're really stable. Speaking of which, here is our other Godzilla, our just standard Godzilla. And he looks nice. Again, my first thing I'm noticing is there's a disparity between the paint on the body, where he's got this sort of beige type dry brushing across him, and then on the top of his head it's more of a bluer gray dry brushing, and only the beige comes back here. So there's kind of like a jarring transition with the seam line. That's not good. It's a minor thing. Let me actually take a look at him. I was gonna say, yeah, it's less visible in person, and from some specific angles it's not really visible at all, like from the front, but Like from this side in person, it's still kind of an issue. So I'm not too big a fan of that. I wish they just had this tan beige dry brushing go over his head as well, or at least have like a better fade into it. They clearly painted this guy separately, the body and the head, and then glued them together, which, you know, they didn't do the best job of that. That's a bit irritating, but as it goes, the sculpt is really nice. He's really similar to the big one, but a mirror image. Yeah, they're facing different directions. I think the body is identical. It's just the face that's different. I think it's just the jaw that's different. So they mirror imaged him and closed the jaw. So that's the only difference there. But he looks cute. He looks really nice. Again, I like his little snout. I like the detailing of the scales, and they actually have the bigger spines on him, which look a lot better than the little spines on the one with the beam. But again, you know, these things aren't like, you know, high-end collectibles. These are like your basic bitch version of collectibles, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. But yeah, real cute looking. I like him. And I think he goes really nicely with this Kong here, so there you go. They look really cute together. The Kong looks a lot more angry than this Godzilla. He's just kind of chilling, which is cool. And I like the detailing on his chest too. That actually looks quite good on this figure. But again, there's that seam line. It's a bit ungodly, but whatever. Ooh, I actually happen to have this thing on hand, so we can compare him to this. I forgot what brand made this figure, but I think this is a bootleg of a maybe it's a Ban Presto or something, I don't know. But it's this little chibi version of the King of the Monsters Godzilla. So you can kind of get a vibe of what a different interpretation of this Godzilla design would look like in like this for real deformed sort of chibi form. So this one's a little bit more, less cute looking, more kind of realistic, more detail in there. But he's just kind of deformed so that his head is massive and he's got these really chubby legs and short little thick tail and tiny arms. So kind of a different vibe. I think when you're gonna go in this sort of style, I kind of prefer maybe the more pop vinyl direction where it does look more cute as opposed to this thing, which is kind of closer to what X Plus does, but not quite at that level. There you guys go. What else can we quickly bring in? We could bring in a Bandai Kong. So there's this Godzilla next to the new Bandai Kong from the same movie. He's probably better compared to this Kong here. Yeah, very nice. So here is a quick comparison between him and the Godzilla humidifier, which is of course the Heisei Godzilla. I'm not sure exactly which year he's meant to represent, but just a Heisei Godzilla. I love the look of this thing. Again, it's that really stylized chibi look, and it's pretty much in scale with this pop vinyl, so you can display them together. And if you guys don't know, this guy is a humidifier, so you like pour water inside him. It's actually, oh, still got water. I probably should pour that out if I'm just gonna not use it for a while, but he's still got water in him. And then he sprays this mist out of his mouth, and then like there's blue LEDs which kind of make that mist look like his atomic breath, like blue fire. So that looks real sweet. But just as a figure, in general, he has this cute real chibi look, and he just matches real well with this big pop vinyl. So that's cool. And last but not least, I just wanted to bring in the 25cm X Plus figure, since I did bring it up earlier, just to compare it to this pop vinyl. He is smaller, but he's real chunky, and he's much heavier than this X Plus actually. The X Plus is quite light compared to him. But there you guys go, a nice comparison between these two figures. Yeah, that's probably it for this video. I gotta say, my favorite figure is hands down this one here. I love this thing. This is so cool. I'm really happy that I got this. He's just like he's like a basketball or something, or you just want to kind of bounce him because he's so round and chunky and nice. He's a good doggy. I really want to get the Kong now, and I'm tempted to actually get the purple variants now because they do them in this nice big size. And I think they had a little discount for them for pre-ordering them on Pop Culture at the moment, so I might do that. They are fairly pricey though. That's the only thing, but I don't regret getting this one at all in particular. The other ones, let's see. Yeah, they're pretty sweet as well. They're, for what they are, done pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with them. I think these are done a lot better, like I said, than the previous Godzillas. Although, it's odd that we didn't get one that scales with those previous Godzillas, because all we have for this film is ones that this big, and then they jumped to this big. The one we got before was like in between these two, which is odd, because I think that they should have either done the original one in this size, or just kept it at this size, I guess, or just made these ones a bit bigger and not have these sized ones. I don't know. I think the bigger that they can make these things, the better, in all honesty, because I'm really liking the look of these. And I really, really hope we do get more. I really want them to do more classic Toho Kaiju if they can. I don't really know if I see it happening anytime soon, but again, a guy can dream, you know? So yeah, that has been it for this unboxing of a few assorted Godzilla vs. Kong Pop Vinyl figures. I will definitely get some more and do a review of those, an unboxing of those at the very least when they do come out. And be sure to stay tuned because I do have some more really cool unboxings coming up. Again, those YMSF figures in particular are really sweet. So I am looking forward to releasing that video. But until then, may your vinyl be irradiated vinyl. Over and out. Bye.